There's a lot that's happened over the last 24 hours or so with the Social Security Fairness Act. There was an attempt to raise the retirement age, government shutdown, and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. We're going to talk about, hey, should the average check today pretty much double? And those that won their fight for the Social Security Fairness Act, when will those new checks begin? What happened to the attempt to increase the retirement age? I'm going to talk about the attempt to make those who supported the Social Security Fairness Act have been essentially pawns in the privatization scheme and the 190 billion price tag of this new thing that looks like it's going to be signed by the president. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ed Weir. I ran the third busiest Social Security office in the country, and now in my semi-retirement, I'm helping making sure you and everybody you know gets all the benefits you earned. I do a live Q&A several times a week. This is not one of those. I do those 3 o'clock West Coast time, 6 o'clock East Coast time. So make sure you join. And if you have any questions, talk to me then. All right. So let's talk about the Social Security Fairness Act that just passed. Basically, what happened is it's a 40-year law. They've been trying to overturn it for 40 years, and they finally became successful. Basically, what it is, the average check out there for the entire country is about $1,976. And how the benefits are calculated, it's based on how much you actually paid into Social Security. And then there's different percentages of a replacement rate. You get a return on your investment in what you paid into Social Security. So for the 97% of people out there, if you're on average, if you're receiving about 1976 a month, then that means your average what you paid into Social Security through how much you earned, that is how much you earn throughout your life, is about $3,955 a month. So in your particular situation, you get 50% of that back. Your return on investment into Social Security is 50%. Therefore, you get $1,976 back. And there's different percentages, replacement rates depending. Some people that are very low income get a higher percentage rate, and that's 90% if you're very low income. What has happened is there's 3% of people out there that are getting what's called a windfall elimination provision. They just won that they get up to 90% replacement rate, a 90% return on investment of what they paid into Social Security. They did pay into Social Security, but their main jobs they didn't. Their state opted out of Social Security, so they've got other pensions, firefighters, teachers, cops, and the other 97% of people throughout the country that are also firefighters, cops, and they get 50% replacement rate. But this small group of people, they get a 90% replacement rate of what they paid into Social Security. If the average check out there got 90%, like these people are going to start receiving, then your check would be $3,559. So I say we start a movement, Social Security Fairness Act 2.0, that says, hey, if they get a 90% replacement rate, then we should get a 90% replacement rate as well. It's only fair, right? It's going to cost $190 billion to give them that extra up to 90%. And that's going to decrease it's going to bring forward the Social Security Trust Fund depletion by 6 months, and make cuts, unfortunately, a little bit more deeper because of that. But they won their 40-year battle, and now they're getting it. So I guess it's now our time to see what we can do to increase our replacement rate as well. All right. So for those people that won that and they're going to get that extra benefits, it looks like it's going to be 1 year retroactive. Um, Back until January of 2024. When are you going to get your checks? When are you going to get your back pay? That's always the question. So it has to be signed by the president. Looks like he's going to do it within the next week or so. And then it has to go to the Social Security Administration. And then Social Security has to do the programming of the computer to look at all the people that the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset applied to. And then they will calculate the benefits and what was, the new, get you up to 90% replacement rate instead of whatever the other replacement rate is. And then you'll get your extra benefits in one lump sum death benefit. Based on my experience inside the bureaucratic beast for a few decades, you're probably looking at February or March of next year. And again, you will get the back pay going all the way till January of 2024. All right. So you won't have to do anything. You don't have to notify Social Security. Social Security already has this system in place. They have that you're being offset, that your benefits have been recalculated when you filed for benefits. When you notified Social Security that you're receiving that non-cover pension, it's in the system and called the modernized complaint claim system. It's already there. So you don't have to notify Social Security. All right. That'll be automatic. All right. And they tried to increase the retirement age to 70 years old. Anytime, Congress, passes anything, they always have to put little riders in there, try to attempt to, oh, here's my pet project. And so this one looks like it's going to pass. So let me see if I can sneak this thing in there. So they tried an amendment to increase the retirement age, but that got less than a handful of votes. And so that's a good thing. The president, he said he would not sign any type of increase, even 1 day increase of the Social Security retirement age, and will not cut benefits, which is fine. Hey, if you need help with Medicare, Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, Part D plans, make sure you reach out to my partners at Chapter Medicare. I looked for a place that would help y'all out, and Chapter Medicare knocked it out of the park. They've got excellent customer service. They look at every single plan in your area, and their help is always 100% free. Give them a call, and they'll see if they can help you out, and tell them Dr. Ed said hi. I've talked about this, that we need to, that's fine that the retirement age is not going to increase. It's fine that the cuts are excuse me, that the cuts are not going to happen during this next administration, but they are happening. They are going to happen. They have already been determined by the Social Security trustees report. I've got the wrong graphic up there. The Social Security trustees report says that we're going to have cuts of, as of right now, before the $190 billion is given out, applied, sent out the checks. I'm sure people have issues with my vocabulary there. But anyway, as of right now, before the president signs this new Social Security Fairness Act, then we're looking at about 2034, 21% cuts. So it's going to be coming up earlier, about 6 months, and it might be about 22, 23% cuts when it's all said and done. If the president gets some of the things that he's talking about next time around, then it's going to be about 33% cuts in 2031. If we actually do something and solve the problem and take care of the trust fund and take care of, I would argue, raise the FICA cap, then we'll have zero cuts and everything will be awesome. But it's important that we do that immediately, if not sooner, because time is running out. So we've got, again, I've talked about this in a video I did. This one is the one I did yesterday about the attempt to privatize Social Security. And there's going to be a new proposal coming up in January to actually privatize Social Security by Senator Bill Cassidy. And you can watch my video on that. And it's interesting in the video, not the particular video I put up, but I put in the link of how Senator Cassidy is going to. He said right out there to a bunch of an entire room full of money type people, we're going to use the people that supported the Social Security Fairness Act, the people on the WEP and the GPO. We're going to use those guys as kind of pawns to try to privatize Social Security. He says it right out. It's kind of interesting that he would say that in front of everybody, but that's what he said. You don't believe me? Watch the video. All right. So those privatization pawns, I'm not sure it's going to necessarily work now, particularly since I've kind of put it out there that, hey, check this out. Don't be pawns to the privatization, scheme that's coming out. The $190 billion price tag for these extra benefits that are going out, the increase of the replacement rate, again, that's going to hurt Social Security going forward, and that's going to, it's going to cut more cuts going forward. All right, so that's pretty much it for today. I'll have a live Q&A tomorrow. If you disagree with my characterization of the Social Security Fairness Act, I know people they don't really. They a lot of personal attacks, a lot of nastiness in the comments, but nobody's really retorted the fact that you have a different replacement rate for different types of people. Low income wage earners, they get 90%. Higher income wage earners, you get about 35% replacement rate. And so you've got a firefighter, a cop, or whatever in California who makes the same exact amount throughout their life than somebody in Arizona, but the person in Arizona gets a 50% replacement on what they paid into Social Security, and the person in California gets a 90%. Exact same earnings throughout their life. And doesn't sound fair to me, but I guess I lost that battle. So there it is. All right. We'll see you at my next live. Y'all take care and have an awesome day.